Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Earl Blake Samuels, Richmond, Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Samuels. Mr. Samuels, you're here on a Superior Court arrest warrant charged with 1 count of possession or use of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of DUI based on drugs or metabolite, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference September 3rd, 8:31 a.m., preliminary hearing September 5th, 8:31 a.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Mr. Samuels, I'm going to release you on supervised release. So that means you're going to be leaving here in approximately 4 hours to 6 hours from now. Because you are being released, you're promising to go to court on all of your court dates, comply with supervision and with the standard conditions and restrictions of release. In addition, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol, and you must submit to fingerprinting at the arresting police department. Mr. Samuels, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Shanna Solis and then Jimmy Lopez will be on deck. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Shanna Solis.
Thank you, Ms. Solis. Ma'am, you're here on a Superior Court new case. I find probable cause for the allegation of 1 count of possession or use of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference September 3rd, 8:31 a.m., and a preliminary hearing September 5th, 8:31 a.m. That's at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Ms. Solis, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. So you'll be leaving here in about 4 hours to 6 hours from now. Because you are being released, you're promising to go to court on all of your court dates. You're also promising to comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release. Plus, you're not to possess any weapons. Ms. Solis, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Before I see Jimmy Lopez, I have a DUI warrant. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Jimmy Lopez.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Sir, you're here on a Superior Court new case. I find probable cause for the allegations. 1 count of possession or use of narcotic drugs, a Class 6 felony. That should be a Class 4 felony. Sorry, Mel, I need to edit this. I should have caught that earlier. All right, so it's possession or use of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession or use of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference September 3rd, 8:31 a.m., preliminary hearing September 5th, 8:31 a.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Mr. Lopez, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, so you will be leaving here in about 4 hours to 6 hours from now. Because you're being released, you're promising to go to court on all of your court dates. You're also promising to comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release. Plus, you're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Then, Mr. Lopez, you're also here on an alleged Term 1 probation violation because of your new arrest. You have a probation hearing August 23rd, 8:30 a.m., downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. I've appointed you an attorney, and I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. You have those same conditions and restrictions of release in this case. Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Justin Gaston and then Thomas Stoll will be on deck. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Yeah, Justin Gaston.
Mr. Gaston. Mr. Gaston, you're here on a Justice Court new case. I find probable cause for the allegations, 1 count of harassing by surveillance and 1 count of disorderly conduct. Those are both Class 1 misdemeanors. I've appointed you, you'll have an attorney appointed at your next hearing. That will be an arraignment hearing at the Country Meadows Justice Court, September 5th, 8:30 a.m. Mr. Gaston, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, so you will be leaving here in about 4 hours to 6 hours from now. Because you're being released, you are promising to go to court on all of your court dates. You're also promising to comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release. In addition, you're not to initiate contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses, or have any physical contact with any alleged victims. You are not to possess any weapons, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that has been issued or which may be issued. Mr. Gaston, do you have any questions?
Is there enough evidence to, can I refute any of these charges, or is there enough evidence present to show that this is actually sustainable?
So the question for me is just whether there's probable cause. So it does not mean you're guilty, it's just is there enough information here that you could be charged with these? I do find that there's probable cause, meaning there's enough information for you to be charged.
Okay. Another issue I have with this being my vehicle was impounded, and right now I am in active recovery. I am homeless, and I do use my vehicle to make money. I use it for DoorDash. I use it for grocery delivery services. I cannot afford to get that vehicle out of impound at this moment. I'm asking the court if I can have some sort of pardon, or for lack of a better word, I need to get that vehicle out without paying for it.
Yeah. So, Mr. Gaston, unfortunately, I don't have any ability to order that the vehicle be released or anything like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, you'll have to reach out to the arresting agency. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have any power in that regard.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thomas Stoll, and then Elston Kingmans will be on deck. So you can call there. Thanks. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Thomas Stoll.
Mr. Stoll. Mr. Stoll, you're here on a White Tank Justice Court warrant for driving with your license suspended, revoked, or canceled. You have an arraignment hearing September 3rd, 9:30 a.m. at the White Tank Justice Court. Mr. Stoll, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. That means you'll be leaving here in about 4 hours to 6 hours from now. Because you are being released, you're promising to go to court on the 3rd and make all other court dates. You're also promising to comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release. Mr. Stoll, do you have any questions?
If I call over the phone to pay it, I don't have to go, or do you have to appear?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know the answer
Call
to
them.
that. So yeah, call down there, ask them what you need to do in that regard, and they'll let you know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Stoll. Good luck to you. Thank you, Matt. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Spartacus Veerport.
Thank you, Mr. Veerport. Mr. Veerport, you're here on a fugitive justice warrant from the state of Nevada. Did you have an opportunity to review the extradition sheet before you came up here?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, sir, as I stated, you have a warrant from the state of Nevada. You have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to Nevada within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned to the state of Nevada. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow Nevada to come and pick you up. That 30 days will start tomorrow as long as you do not have any local charges pending. If you do have local charges pending, the 30 days will not begin until those local charges are resolved. If you choose to have an extradition hearing, then you will have that on August 26th at 1:30 p.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. I cannot appoint an attorney to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature. However, you can hire an attorney at your own expense if you wish to do so. You are entitled to bond, which in this case would be a cash-only bond, the amount of $14,000. If you're unable to post that bond, you'll be held in custody during that time or until another judge modifies your bond. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to Nevada. That process could take up to 90 days. So, Mr. Veerport, do you know which option you wish to go with?
I would like to be able to bond out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I understand you do not want to sign the paperwork at this time. Your bond is set in the amount of $14,000. You will have a hearing in extradition court on August 26th at 1:30 p.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse, where the judge will go through these options again. If you post your bond, make sure you attend all court dates or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Mr. Veerport, do you have any other questions?
So I have a lawyer in Henderson that's supposed to be taking care of this Monday.
Okay.
And putting it to be seen Wednesday. I was supposed to see the judge Wednesday. And my question is, if I'm released today and I handle the warrant in Henderson, do I have to come back and still see the judge?
So unless you have something confirmed in writing that that hearing's not going forward on the 26th, you would need to come back. Otherwise, you'd have a failure to appear for that case.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Any
right.
other questions?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you.